to go.
Well, I'm like 45 minutes late today.
And
now I'm ready. I can't get a drink to save my damn life tonight.
But you noticed that I had them turn on the AC blowers for you, right?
Oh, girl, because it's fucking hot.
It is
I'm
hot.
just saying.
But now it's very chill and nipply and...
Yes.
And how are you?
Well, I'm okay. My eyes are watering.
You've been having that problem. I think you have that thing where you need those special eye drops.
No, I told you what the problem is.
Are you still using the wrong glue?
I'm still using the same wrong glue.
Why are you still using the wrong glue?
Because it works really good.
Until you have to take them off.
And, yeah, no. It works really good, except for I know that it's the wrong glue, so it burns. You know.
Well,
God,
as long as
I'm not
you're
even
into self-torture
today.
like that.
I can tell I'm not even even.
I think that's fantastic.
You know, Chris Shaw's here today.
Yes, he is, with Doug.
And the lovely Doug. And
Right.
so they're like, oh, let's do shots.
With our fireball.
Now, you know what? They lied to me. Because, you know, their version of let's do shots is let us get you a shot.
Right. Let's get you a shot and we'll watch you and play on our phones. Well, thank them for the shot. That was awesome.
It was lovely. It was Fireball.
Awesome to start.
Fireball!
Oh my God. That's the biggest ring ever. Is that new?
Oh, no, it's old.
It's old. I just don't wear it very often.
It's on an elastic thing.
Oh God, I love it. Next thing you're going to tell me, oh, you can suck on it. It's like a sucker.
No, you can. It'll go on any finger.
You know, we haven't been together for about 2 weeks.
Yay. I mean, oh.
I know, right? Oh my God. Even though people think we live together practically.
That's not true. Is it true?
It is true. It's 2 weeks ago today that we saw each other. Because, you know, it's been busy and there was
well, we didn't do the show last week because it was
cray.
Well, I was going out of town.
Yes.
I didn't care.
You didn't care that it was cray, but yeah, it was cray.
Yeah. You know, but because it was Pride.
Right, yes.
Yes. And it was crazy.
Yes.
Right.
And Frank Lechner from LGBT was just weekly
snapping
photos.
Yes.
And they're probably going to be hideous, and we're just going to have to deal.
Now, I have a thing with Stan, that he's got to have people Photoshop me.
Well, let's send him an email tomorrow.
He already knows, right? Because when he puts a shitty picture of me in there, I'm like calling him.
Okay, so
and I don't even call him like at the office. I call him right on his cell phone. I'm like, really? You let that photo happen?
Well, we always take photos for the show. So when Nicholas takes photos of us, I'll just send one over to him and say, here, use this one instead.
We'll use this one. Yeah.
So I want to know everything because I've missed you.
I miss you too.
And you do look amazing, and you're getting very slim in tone and wonderful.
I have lost a little bit of weight.
Yeah.
Yes, I have. It's very good.
I'm very happy.
I'm only wearing one pair of Spanx now, not three.
Not three. It's all staying in place, though. That's what matters.
Yes.
What did you do?
What do you want to know?
Well, I know you went to the river. So
I went to the river. It was fabulous. Fabulous. It was so much fun.
What, did you go solo this time, or?
I did go solo. Well, I went out for, it was my friend Devin's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
He's my ex-brother-in-law.
In-law, right.
Yes. And so it was his birthday. So I went out with him and his group of friends, which were all hottie matatis. Can I just tell you? Hottie matatis.
This is why I want to go.
Oh, hottie matatis! And, you know, which I also just have to say that, you know, like out of this group, because we were actually talking about it, like before they met me, and most of them I've known for a while, they were like kind of homophobic. You know what I'm saying? And they don't even think that they were necessarily homophobic. People would have called them homophobic, but it's not like they were homophobic. They just didn't know
they
that
weren't
they
around
knew
it
gay
enough.
people.
Right. They weren't around it enough,
right.
And it didn't matter to them.
Right. And then they hang around me, and and what they heard about me, and you know, which I think was very interesting. You know, a lot's gone on with me, but what was very interesting is that this was you know, this was a cocktail-induced conversation. But, you know,
sure.
But that's when real conversations, I believe, happen.
True serum.
Yeah, it is. So they were saying that, you know, like, that they knew that they had heard about me, and that what they had heard was that I was a drag queen, and that I did shows, and that I, you know, blah, blah, blah. So instantly their perception was that I was, like, gonna be this, like, really effeminate, Nelly, twink, you know, that,
right.
You know, yada, yada, yada.
So have they never met Ophelia?
No. Well, the friends have not met Ophelia,
okay.
but the family, of course.
Right.
Of course, they've all met Ophelia. So they didn't, you know what I'm saying. So, you know, I didn't do the show. So I was in drag that, well, let's see, when was I in drag? The Monday before I left.
Right.
Because I did the Wet n Wild.
Right, Monday before Thursday.
And so by the time and I'm very hairy. You know, I'm a very hairy person. I don't think the people really realize that.
You are, yes,
but I'm very hairy. So by the time, Thursday rolled around when I was leaving, I had like the full-on goatee and, the stubbly chest, and you know what I'm saying? So total not, And so then I showed up, and they're like, oh.
Who's this drag queen?
Yeah. And so, so that was kind of fun. And then, I went out on the jet ski, and they all, and I'm not shy on the jet ski. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I am all about, going as fast as I can and then flipping a 360 and seeing, like who I can either throw off.
Adrenaline rush.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very, I'm not.
Baby, you ride horses. Trust me.
Yeah.
I get it.
So they were like, you are like not what we would have like ever, and so that was very cool to me. And so so to me that was my like form of pride.
Right. That's changing perceptions.
Right.
And if there's one person that I ever think about when I will say that you are the one person that I know that does change that perception, I think, a lot. For any person that I have ever known, if they have ever met you, they know that there is no such thing as, because you can cut hair and you can dress up in drag and you can do all those things, but goddammit, you can get on a horse and you can love cars and you can love sports as much as you do, and you are not typical of what anybody would think. I promise you. And that's what I try to explain to my dad, because my parents, they hear about you, they've known about you for so many years now, and they really want to meet you, particularly my dad.
Right.
And they were here for Pride, and of course we had dinner with them.
That was for your dad.
And they wanted to meet you,
right.
And you were not here, but I think that is, I mean, I love that, because we don't see that a lot. Everybody thinks that, if you're a drag queen, you're a drag queen 24/7, 365. Like,
that ain't
that's
true.
How you live.
That ain't true. That ain't true. Yeah, it's very funny.
So I think that's so fantastic.
Yeah, it is very fun. So it was a great trip, but it was hot.
Hot as a motherfucker.
Oh my God, it was hot. Hot. And
when's the next trip?
In 2 weeks. I'm going to be gone. Yeah, I'm going to be gone. But let me tell you a funny story.
Okay.
Because you'll appreciate this, because this also shows, because I drink a lot when I'm out there.
Of course.
And well, I don't drink a lot. Like
I am pointing it out. I am pointing it out that it's before August.
Yes, it is.
That's long gone.
Yeah,
right?
that is gone. Well, I also said that I would not drink in California.
Right.
Arizona is not California. So I felt very safe drinking over there. But I have this 2-gallon pitcher of thermos cooler thing.
Is that like the 7-Eleven?
No, it's 2 gallons.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's
massive.
big.
All
yeah.
right.
And so I generally will make my my jungle juice, is what I call it. Not the poppers, but the,
Right. Okay.
Which is 4 kinds of vodka and then juice. So it's coconut vodka, pineapple vodka, regular vodka, and I guess that's it.
And you do it with vodka and not rum?
Yeah, vodka. Yeah,
okay.
Girl.
You're like, whatever.
Rum has a lot of calories. Vodka, not so much.
Not so much.
And then either tropical punch or some sort of punch thing.
Okay.
And my thing is, when that's done, then I'm done drinking for the weekend.
Okay.
However long it takes me to get through that.
And then that's it.
Yeah, because they all take beer, they all take their other stuff. I start my cooler, and then I'm done. So there were a lot of people. I mean, a lot more than I thought. So I had got this air mattress, and this is actually a very funny story. So, I'm like a total swap meet shopper and a thrift shopper. And, like, if I can save a buck, I'm saving a buck. So some friends, they had bought a new air mattress at Costco, that new Aero bed, the double with the headboard and whatnot, which is what I have. I have the same bed, and they were I was like, oh, where did you get that? And they're like, oh, we got it at Costco. And I'm like, oh, God, how much was it? And they're like, oh, well, it's regularly like $169 or $159, but then they had a $30 coupon, so they ended up getting it for like $129.
Right.
Something like that. And I'm like, really? And they're like, yeah. And they're like, how much did you pay for yours? I'm like, $25. I got mine at the swap meet.
I got mine at the swap meet.
You know?
And not everything at the swap meet is used, because it's
No!
not used.
No.
It may have fell off the back of a truck, but
it's probably stolen. I don't know. I mean, but I, you know, whatever. I didn't steal it. I paid for it, but you know, I don't care.
Exactly.
So, that's.
I know. I should not have said that. That is very stereotypical, and I don't condone
you know,
that.
if your house gets robbed, go to the swap meet. You'll probably find your stuff.
You probably will.
That's all that I have to say. So, so I was telling him, I'm like, oh, I got mine for $25. Now, I've slept on this air mattress because I've had it for a couple months. I've slept on it many times, and I've never had it. You know, it's always worked. It's like great. It's super. I love the air mattress. So they're like, oh, well, yours will probably go flat and yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, no, it won't. So then that night, there were so many people that I ended up in this like corner to put it. And part of it was over the air conditioner vents. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, that night, for whatever reason, it went flat. Like, not all flat, but it went down significantly. And I'm like, how the hell did this happen? You know, like, I can't have a leak in it. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, it's worked. It did make sense to me. So, skip forward now. It's Monday night. I went into the show at the Hall, had a couple cocktails, because there was some friends that I hadn't seen for, like, a very long time. And I get home, and I'm like, I think that I should blow up that air mattress and sleep on it tonight and see if there's really a leak, because I can't believe there's a leak.
Right.
So I blow it up, sleep on it.
Totally fine.
Yeah. And then I'm telling someone the story, and do you know what it was?
Because it was over the air conditioning vent.
Yes, and then that...
And it makes the air condense.
Right, and so that's why I lost air in my air mattress. So all of those people, they're like, oh, see, we told you spent $25 on your air mattress, and that's why you did la la la. I'm like, oh, whatever.
See, I swear. And what's going to happen is the next time you see them out there with their fancy air mattress, that shit is going to pop.
I'm going to make them, I'm making them sleep on the air conditioner vent. I'm going to switch places with them.
Right?
And like,
see what happens.
You sleep over the air conditioner, and then we'll see what happens.
I love it.
That's, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Anyways, I had a great time. But I came back with the weirdest
tan
lungs. Like, I have, well, I don't know if you can
Were
see.
You wearing
like,
multiple?
Like, I'm burned, but then, like, right here is just a strip of white. Like, just right there.
So do you wear a vest when you're on the thing?
Oh, you have to wear a vest.
Right.
Right. So I have the vest line. I have all sorts of lines.
You have all sorts of lines.
I have like board short line, and then I have
and
like.
then you have the smaller line.
Yeah. It's a mess.
Oh, girl.
So I just saw Rich from Town Line. He was out here, and he pulled up my dress, and he's like, "Oh, you really need to come and see. Look at all those lines."
Yeah, we do need to see a nice glistening J-Lo Ophelia going on. You need a little spray.
Well, I was trying to lay out at the sandbar out at the river, you know, which.
And you're like, no.
Yeah, because I was like looking on my lines. I'm like, I gotta fill in these lines, and in the back of my leg, and you know, one little line is there. It's also white. So I'm like laying, you know, like I'm kind of like laying in the water, and I'm like have my head on the seat of this chair. And I have my hands like this, and my legs are up. And someone walks over, they're like, we are not even going to tell you what you look like right now.
They, all of your friends that you've had this great conversation with about you, you know, being not a stereotypical drag queen say, oh, wow, we get it now.
It's not even, it was really bad. But we floated down the river. We went up, and we spent like almost like an hour and a half just floating.
Are there any falls in this river?
No. There's a lot of tule though this time. I don't do tule.
You're
grosses me
Do you
out.
fish?
No.
No.
No. I don't eat fish, so why would I go fish?
Well, I don't know. Give it to someone else.
Yeah, no. How was your weekend? What did you do for Pride?
I had a really great Pride weekend, and I want to talk a lot about it because there is some things that I will mention. But I did have a really great time.
I heard that Pride was, I heard that, from my friends and whatnot, that both people that came in from out of town that were very upset that I was gone. And, just like, people I know from town. They had a great Pride weekend.
Right.
I guess the parade was brilliant, which I think is great.
Doing the things that, those sorts of Pride things.
Right.
I mean,
I heard the bars were insane.
Well, we're going to talk about that too. We have to take a break because we're at 15. So we're going to take a break and we'll be right back and we're going to talk about my weekend. We're back with full drinks.
Better and better.
Better and better.
Yes. All right, so tell me, Pride.
Yes. We're going to talk about Pride.
Okay, let's.
I did do Pride weekend, and it was, I had a great time.
What did you do?
I spent a majority of my time doing Stonewall. I was for Stonewall this year.
Right.
Every year I kind of spread myself a little thin. I do Family Matters stuff for the center, and then Stonewall, and then every other little party.
Sometimes you just have to say no.
Yes, and that's exactly what I did this year. I said no. We walked the parade, which was actually fantastic.
That's what I heard.
Fantastic. The parade was...
Did you go to the thing on Friday night?
Okay, so I wanted to talk about that a little.
All right, let's talk about it.
Because, we had them on the show.
Yes, and I got there were some people that were not happy.
Oh, well, I would say probably 90% of the people were not happy. Except for the people that had the little VIP tickets. So I will explain to you. This is the HBA, which we had on the show.
Right.
And they do block parties.
Right.
They do City Fest, they do Mardi Gras, they do everything.
And they do the hoedown.
The hoedown and all of that stuff. Great, good, awesome. They know what they're doing. They know how to put on a street festival. This shit was jacked, beyond jacked. The VIP area was the actual parking lot where Gossip Grill and the Hillcrest Brewing Company is. Fucking amazing.
That's what I heard.
Free drinks.
Maybe that's because everyone I knew that was in the VIP section. Because everyone I talked to loved it.
Okay, so they must have been in the VIP section.
Yes.
Free drinks, no lines, plenty of porta potties, everything in there, all you could need.
Right.
Get outside of that, and not in one of the little 6 or 7 cabanas that were the VIP cabanas out there,
right.
which I did party in, thanks to Joseph Sims and some of the flag football guys. They were fantastic, and they were all wondering where you were at.
Right.
We had a great time out there, but seriously, they had 2 bars. Line to get a drink ran from 45 minutes to about an hour and 20.
No, you can't do that.
The Ferris wheel in there, they charge people to get in, buying the ticket for the general admission, which was $20, and then they charge them to get on the Ferris wheel. And the lines for the porta potties, which they had 2 sections of porta potties, were so long that people just ended up going out of the festival and peeing on the street.
What they need to do is they need to hire Brian who works at Colby's swap meet. Because he has the bathrooms to a science down there at the swap meet.
So, I will not say that I did not have a great time. I had a great time, but I had VIP treatment and I had fun with people in cabanas. Had it not been that, and I heard all of my friends I cannot tell you how many times I went into the VIP area to get drinks for friends who were outside. I probably spent an hour doing that.
Well, now I also heard that I think that other people were doing that too, and then they started. I heard that they started to crack down.
Yes, they did.
And then they weren't letting people leave the VIP area with the drinks.
Well, so the VIP area, the fence was only about maybe 3.5 feet tall.
Right.
So there you go. There's a drink. I must have done it 100 times that night.
Right.
Seriously.
Well, that's not good because they weren't making money then, Aaron.
Well, when there's 100 people in the VIP area,
I know,
and 7 million
Well, that's
outside.
why I say because I've said this before, and I love the Hillcrest Association. I do, and I love all of their parties. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I wasn't thrilled that they were hooked up with Pride this year. I think that they should have done the block party on their own. That's a personal note, and that's just my beef with Pride.
Right.
I think it's going to be interesting, and I'm waiting, and trust me, I'm waiting to find out how much money that they actually give back to the community, because that was one of the deals to do this, and that's why Pride wanted to be a part of it, was because it was their way to be a part of it and to give back to the community. I'm dying to find out if that should happen. I'm going to say not. What I'm going to say is going to happen, and it's just a thought I'm having, just a thought. And then you could say, you heard it here first on He Said, She Said. I think that they're not going to give any money, and that whatever they raise it for is going to go into some fund so that Pride can take care of the flag and all of the surroundings.
Oh,
yada, yada.
But that's exactly what it's going for.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, when did that happen? Because that's amazing that they raised enough money that they shouldn't have had to do that. But, whoa.
Oh, yeah. That's exactly why and it's actually stated on their website that that's what the funds from the
good.
The block party went to, was to maintain the flag.
That's amazing. Then why was Pride a part of it? That's what I want to know. Pride had nothing to do with that. They just had to leech on like a leech. But anyways, I don't want to be negative. I love HBN.
It's all done and over with,
but I do hope that party continues, because what I have heard. But it's like the same thing with Mardi Gras, and I've said this before. The tickets for VIP
are so worth it.
Oh
my God.
But what I also think that really people should think about, and be it HBA or whoever plans that, is ultimately that's what happens. And I think that if you give people an incentive that they would get that and see that it's going to work, maybe instead of doing a VIP section, because we are not Republican and Democrat. It's not a political season. It should not be who can do this and
who's not.
Right. And that's really what it becomes. And I don't think, and I'm not even saying that in a bad way, because the bottom line is that 90% of the things I go to, I don't pay for.
Right.
So I know that I'm going to, when I go, I do pay. I want to be very clear on that.
Right.
I'm very, very, very clear. There have been many times that I've shown up to events and they have just let me in. I still pay.
Correct.
And I don't think that a lot of people know that. Because, especially if it was going to a good cause, I wouldn't pay for Pride, but I'll pay for, I pay to get in places. And I pay the VIP. Well, because of Mardi Gras, that whole fiasco with Mardi Gras.
Well, and that's why I wanted to say, I will put a disclaimer on this and say that, we got 3 tickets to go to the block party. And 2 of those were VIP tickets. So I did not pay for the VIP tickets, but I did pay. I paid every single time I went to get a drink, tipping the servers because they were volunteering. The rodeo actually was there volunteering, and they're the ones that were getting all of the money.
The
which
tips.
I thought was fantastic.
Right.
So they did something right, and that's why I don't. There were certain things that they did wrong. There were many things that they did right, and ultimately the one thing that I wanted to say is this is the first year that they did it.
Right.
They have a lot of work to do to work out some of the kinks, but I can guarantee next year it's going to be 10 times better than it was.
Yeah. And City Fest is just around the corner.
It's just around the corner. So
is City Fest on a Sunday?
It is. It's always on a Sunday.
I get confused every year.
It's always usually the first Sunday in August.
Right.
So
the first full weekend.
The first full weekend, correct.
Right.
So the first full weekend Sunday, which I think last year it was the 13th, so
it's like the 10th.
Year it'll be the 10th. Yeah. 10th or 11th.
I love City Fest.
So in any event, I did not at all go to the festival.
Well, I heard a lot of people didn't go to the festival, but hey.
Did not go to the festival. Did the parade for Stonewall. We had a great reception. Trent actually walked with our contingent in full uniform, and that was, I mean, it kind of choked me up a little bit.
So he didn't walk with us?
No, he didn't.
At the beginning? And
he did his full uniform with our contingent.
Well, that's bullshit. He should have walked with that. What number were you guys?
We were 52.
So he could have walked, went back, and walked again. What kind of fucking bitch is that?
Well, he did it because he loves Stonewall and he loves what we're doing.
Yeah.
And so that was pretty amazing. We got lots of photos with everybody. And the one photo that I was getting ready to text you, and I just knew that you were at the river and you probably wouldn't get it, but...
Oh, no, I get text.
Oh, do you?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't get phone calls, I'm going to get text.
We were right behind Mayor Sanders.
Oh, and Odie!
And
oh, my God.
Odie was there. and we had many photo ops with Odie.
I would have been all over Odie, all over him. I just ran into Rihanna and his wife.
Well, I actually did take a photo of him getting into the car just for you. And I'm going to post it on your wall.
I love my Odie. I love him. I love him. I love him.
So, yeah, it was really
I don't love
fantastic.
him as much as his wife, and I don't want to steal him from his wife. I just love him.
Everybody was really gracious to Stonewall. They all came up, said thank you, we love what you do, and I really appreciated that. Outside of that, we went to the bars, which were slam packed. I cannot even express to you the whole.
Well, you don't have to, because I've talked to people. You know what I'm so excited about? And I mean this sincerely. What I was so excited about, like, from hearing things from Pride, and, you know, like, because I was gone, so, I mean, what I hear was just what I heard.
Of course.
I went to dinner with some friends last night, I think it was last night, and they were talking about Pride, and they went. And what they said was that they had gone out on a Friday night and just was walking the streets, and, you know, they walked by the Stonewall party, and they, you know, and these are people that have been around for a long time. And then they walked around and by the different bars, and he goes, and what they really got was they thought that it was so fabulous, the community, that, you know, that all of the bars were packed. I mean, packed busy.
Right.
And that everyone, you know, that it was really all about supporting those that support the community.
Correct.
And I was really glad I was really, really glad to hear that.
Well, everything that you have been saying for many, many months about what Pride really, really should be about, and our community, what San Diego Pride should be about, was very, very prevalent when I was out all weekend. And I will say that one of the highlights to the whole weekend for me was I got to meet, and, you know, we've had Sister Lona, Sister Iona Doublewhite on the show before. She's very good friends with Richie and, God damn it,
I don't know a goddamn
Anyways, they were hired to perform at Pride on Sunday afternoon, and they were flown in from New York, and, you know, they had some issues with all their travel and everything like that. But they're comedians. They're a gay couple that have been together for 25 years. They're these little hottie muscle bear guys that are super funny and super nice. And we went to PEX on Sunday night, and I got to meet them. Because
you did?
Because Lona took them there. And all they did was rave about San Diego.
Wow.
They raved about
Don't move here. Do not move here.
Well, they live in New York City.
Stay there.
And they said, I cannot explain to you how we had no idea when you come to Hillcrest how, like, just gay and welcoming and wonderful, and there's so many gay bars here. And I said, dude, you guys live in New York City. And they're like, oh, no.
Yeah.
You have no idea what's happened to gay New York City.
Right.
It's all been gentrified. There are no gay-owned bars.
Right.
Really? You have to walk blocks for the gay-owned bars. Here, there's one right after the other, right after the other, right after the other, and they really appreciated that. And so for someone from New York City to say that, I was like, that's pretty fantastic.
Yeah, don't move here.
Well, yeah, don't move here.
Don't move here. Don't.
Oh, Dick and Dwayne.
Dick and Dwayne. Stay where you are.
So they were very nice. I loved meeting them, and all in all, Pride weekend for me was really fantastic because I celebrated Pride the way I was supposed to, way I wanted to, away from what we did 2 years ago, which was insane.
Right.
And, but you were missed, so I will say that.
Well, you know, I did my Pride thing out at the river, and then, you know what I did? Actually, before I left, is I went to Martini's. To their, you know, they had that Laugh Out Loud. We had them on the show.
Right. The Laugh Out Proud thing.
Laugh Out Proud.
You did go to that. I saw you check in.
Yeah, it was very good. Very, very, very
was
good.
Was it that Jason Stewart?
Yes.
Jason
Stewart? He was very, very funny. Very, very funny. But what's funny is that I went as a boy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So no one knew really, you know, who I was, which was great. I mean, I really have to say, I totally loved that nobody knew who I was, like all night. I mean, so it was. I loved it until at the very end, I ran into Alberto from Mama's Kitchen.
Right. Whom we love.
Who we totally love. And he was like, I think he was on a little datey date. I'm just saying. He was a hottie. Anyway, so, and the guy that produces it was standing next to him, and he's like, ah, la, 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 la. And he's like, ah, la, 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 la. So it was kind of funny. But then I left, then I was like gone. But no, that was very good. I'm totally going to go back to that.
Are you still on the menu there?
I'm not on the menu there.
Oh.
Every other drag queen in San Diego is on the menu. I'm not on the menu.
Still? Really?
Yes.
Oh,
still.
God.
Yeah.
Fuck. I'm going to go there one day, and I'm just going to order an Ophelia later and see what they say.
It's been so long. They'd be like, what?
Well, what's so funny is, every single
I'm on
bartender,
the menu other places.
every single bartender will know what I'm talking about. You know they will.
I'm on other menus.
You're on other menus.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're going to take a break, and we have some pop culture stuff to talk about, because I know we have not talked about it yet this season, and we're going to.
But I have other things I was going to talk about. But
all right,
go ahead.
well, we'll talk about those too. But
are we on a break time already?
Yeah, we got to talk. See, this is what happens when we don't see each other. All right, we'll be right back. We're back. You had to run to see Jessie Glitz Glam. She's not here.
Oh, look who's here, Gouda.
Oh, Gouda's here.
How does it?
Gouda has no pink flamingos for us.
No, we're done with all that.
We're done.
Gouda, do you want your own
fun time?
Do you need your own show?
I do. I used to have one. we used to do a live
Was that called
broadcast
To
here
Catch a
Live
Predator?
To Catch a Predator. Oh no, I thought it was the guy.
Came after yours on reportering.
It was the guy on PBS who did all the oil painting. What was his name?
Oh, right. I hated him. I used to
Oh
throw
my God,
face
he was
when
the
he
best.
Mm-hmm.
They have all the remixes online.
Yeah, that's all I have to say.
Nope, but
No.
we used to have a live show too.
Well, now you have this one.
And you can find us on, because aren't we on the Universe too, the Most Universe?
Yes, we are.
Of course you are. That's where I watch your programs all the time at mosuniverse.com.
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 Ooh, 3 plugs in a 2.5 second thing.
We're going to talk about funerals now. Do you want to join?
It's about yours, honey. I love it.
See how we get treated?
Okay. Okay. So, let me tell you what happened.
Yes.
Oh, look, and Mike Munson is here too. It's like a bad reunion.
Oh, see?
So,
this is what happens when you're part of the family.
No, I'm just saying. So, I had a friend, Jeff, who died July 9th. Yes.
This was not the rodeo.
No.
That was a different one.
A different friend who I'd known for, way back in my Starlight, because I used to work at Starlight. I used to work in the theater.
Theater. Shut up, I don't believe you.
It's true. And I totally, and I didn't really realize how much I missed the theater until for the past couple of weeks. And now I'm like really, really missing the theater. But, so he died, and so I had to go to his memorial and service.
Right.
Which was last Monday.
Last Monday, right.
So there's all sorts of funniness surrounding this, which I'm going to talk about because I think that people can relate. Like, I think you'll be able to relate, and other people will be able to relate, and yada, yada, yada.
Okay.
So, in this, it was 26, it's like, well, 25 years ago, let's say 25, that I kind of, like, got around this little group. And not too terribly long ago, I had run into Jeff, who had died, and we had talked about him, that he was dying, and yada, 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 and the past.
So he had
and
something
stuff.
terminal then.
Yes.
So he knew. He was prepared.
He knew. Yeah,
Okay.
he knew.
Got it.
And so we were talking about people, and so I got in touch with an old boyfriend that I used to have way back then.
Oh, Lord.
Not to get back together, but more
right.
hey, like he was very fun, and like whatever happened to him and stuff. So we broke. I'm trying to make this very short. So we broke up, and part of the reason that we broke up was that he was like anti-relationship. Like he didn't want to have a relationship. He
Right.
didn't, and back then I'm like, oh, I need to have a husband because I want to have kids and I want to do this and I
And
want
a
to
white picket fence.
Yes, I was very, very relationship oriented.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so we ended up having a fabulous summer fling, and it was really, really, really was a fabulous summer fling. And
Right.
I really liked him, and, you know, but he didn't want to have a relationship, and, you know, so things ended and moved on. Now, oddly enough, the next person that he met after me, he is still with today. Yeah, so 25 years later, 20.
Girl.
Yeah, that's right. So
Did he win the lottery or anything?
I'm just saying, no.
Okay.
No. And he's very, very, very nice.
Okay.
Now, I had not met him. Now, mind you, I
Never for 25 years.
No, I've never met him. And now, this other guy that I used to go out with, I have seen him, and we've gone to have drinks and, you know, dinner and stuff. So I've known about the boyfriend and yada yada and all the stuff. So then leading up to, you know, then going to the service and stuff, they had called and they're like, you know, we're going to go to the service. Are you going to go to the service? And I'm like, yes, I'm going to go to the service. And they had said, well, you know, who are you coming with? And I'm like, oh, I'm not going to go with anyone to the service, you know. And they're like, well, if you need to, you can sit with us. Well, now I took that the way that you just took that. You know what I'm saying? Completely wrong. Because we are jaded single people.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, why would I want to sit between you two? You know, like, you know, whatever.
Motherfucker?
Yeah. And so I did. And, you know, and then really what am I going to do? It's not like I'm going to take a date to, you know, it's just not going to happen.
Right. We'll go to Sizzler after.
Yeah. Well, and I will also say that Michael Saltzman was very sweet. And because I was talking to him about this before, and he's like, well, if you need a date, I'll go with you.
I hope you heard that, Jay.
And so I'm like, I'm not going to take a date to a funeral, you know, whatever.
Classy.
So I went to the funeral by myself. And what was very weird was that, you know, like, it was just a very whole, like, I didn't realize how much emotion was going to come up for me that I, you know, because, you know, that was like 25 plus years ago.
Right.
And then so now I'm at the, you know, I go to the service, getting ready. I was all like totally freaked out about like what I'm wearing and, you know, like it was really weird for the first time. Like I was like, is this what the gay people are wearing, you know, to go to this? You know, because I don't really go out in the gay world as a boy that much.
Right.
That I totally kind of have lost touch to what like the gay guys wear.
Right.
Because when I go out on drag, and so, which is totally, you know, so I was like totally flipped out, like, you know, were these slacks appropriate? Were these shoes? Do I wear stripes? Or am I wearing solids? Do I wear a collar? Or do I not collar? Yeah, I mean, it was like really kind of weird for me.
Right.
So I went safe, and I just went, like, you know, with gray slacks and a white shirt, you know. Then I was like, do I do cotton? Do I do linen? I mean, I just didn't know, you know. So I get to the service. It was beautiful. It was at just on the Catholic church just on the street here, St. Paul's, I believe it is.
Cathedral.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful church. And when I'm sitting there, I'm like looking around. Now, mind you, I walked in and I found this chair. So I'm not even sitting in, you know, the pews. I'm sitting in a chair at the end of the pew, so that
for the singles.
Yeah, I don't even know how to do it. Basically.
Right?
And I start looking around, and I'm like, I was really popular back then. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
girl,
there were several people in that room that we had relations that were all then sitting with now
their boyfriends. Or husbands or whatever.
Or like, you know, whatever. And as I'm sitting in this chair by myself, you know, like crying, and they have someone to cry on, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So it was kind of weird. Just the whole scenario was, you know. And then afterwards, you know, after the service, and there was a like a memorial thing afterwards, and then we all got, you know, there was this socializing period.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? And so this one queen had come up to me.
Oh, here we go.
It was tragic. So I'm already feeling, you know, like
Awkward.
Yeah, you know, like everyone is with someone and then there's me.
Right.
And so this one guy comes up and he's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. I haven't seen you in many years. I'm living up in LA now. I just ran into someone that, you know, that you knew when they lived here and now they moved up to LA, and I asked if they knew you. And they were like, so I asked them by your boy name, which is Ricky. They're like, oh, do you know Ricky? And they're like, oh, you mean Ophelia? And he's like, oh, yes. And he goes, oh, so I see you're just still a drag queen.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. Girl.
So, I have to tell you that for the first time in my life, did that, like, stab me. I mean, like, really stabbed me in the heart. I mean, just...
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I get it.
For the first time, I mean, he probably could have punched me harder, or you couldn't have punched me harder than that did. And so I looked at him, and instantly I went into attack mode, and I was like, well, I heard you're still trying to be an actor. But then I really got that I was really becoming just defensive, and you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And instead, I just turned and walked away, you know, because I was like, really, you know? So I left, and then went to, and as I'm walking out, I ran into another one of my boyfriends that I dated for a very long time, who was there with his now boyfriend. You know, and he's like, blah, blah, blah. But he said some very cool things to me, because he's was talking about how he had seen me and stuff, and what was I up to. And I had mentioned Luna in, you know, that I was going to the river. And because he wanted to go to dinner, and I'm like, I can't go to the dinner because I'm going to the river that weekend. And he's asking what I was, you know, because it was over Pride weekend, blah, blah, blah. And he said to me, so I just have this one person who tells me that I'm just still a drag queen. Now, I could have handled, oh, so you're a drag queen. It was the just still, you know, that killed me.
Right.
And then like 2 minutes later, is this guy who's like, you would have been the last person that I would have expected to miss Pride and to go to the river and to, you know, to have a horse.
Right.
And to, you know.
Because you're just a drag queen.
Right.
And.
Right. Now, mind you, also, this all happened on a Monday night.
Right, exactly.
Well, you know about that. So I get in the car, and instantly I start making phone calls. You know?
Oh, I know you did.
And I was like, totally, like, it was like crazy. And so I wasn't going to go to the memorial. And they're like, well, if you don't show up now, they're going to, you know. So I ended up going to the memorial, and I ran into some old friends, and I sat with them, and I, you know, and I watched it. It was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful service. And really, I got, you know, like looking at the photos and remembering Jeff and who he was, and what he stood for, and then, you know, looking around the room, and I was like looking at all this. And then, of course, I had to leave to go get in drag to go do my show because I was just a drag queen. A single, fat drag queen. So that, you know, that was like a crazy, you know, it was crazy for me.
But the moral of the story is not that.
No. But the moral of the story is that, you know, I'm really glad that I then had to go to the river because I left like, you know, that was on a Monday, and then I left, you know.
On Thursday.
Well, I left Friday morning because I went to the thing on Thursday night because I got tickets. But, you know, the drive out there and then being with all of the people out at the river and then having the conversation of, you were nothing what we expected, and, you know, yada, 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 in my drive home. It was really kind of, I mean, it's been a very reflecting kind of week.
It sounds very cathartic.
It was. It was really kind of crazy.
It is, you are, like, if somebody who was trying to bite you can say you're just a drag queen, you can know that they're saying that on purpose because they're trying to get to you.
And they did.
But the Ophelia that I know knows what she does.
Right, but it didn't. I mean, it didn't. You know what I'm saying?
The only reason why is because he went as a single lady.
That's true. That is true. Oh, so then I have to tell you, because this is even, I mean, because there's more. So my old boyfriend and his boyfriend, who I had not really met, I don't want to mention names, but whatever. So when I was leaving the services, they were like, oh, we should get together for a drink before, you know, that's what my ex was saying. We should
Right.
go for a drink before you leave. I'm like, well, I only have it tomorrow night because then I'm going out of town. Because I'm very busy. I'm very busy as a single fat drag queen. He's like,
I have a show.
I have fans. I have people. I have a house. I have a job.
I was on Logo.
Yeah. With the wrong name. Anyway, so.
No, I was on with the wrong name.
So all of that, you know, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. So, as we're leaving, his boyfriend, not my ex, but, you know,
right.
He looks at me and he goes, and I swear to you, he says this. He's like, will you be joining us alone for cocktails? I'm like, no, I will not be joining us alone for cocktails.
She heads immediately into her car and starts going.
I'm like, I will pay. So I went with, you know, Jay.
I was gonna say. Please tell me you called Michael or Jonathan.
No, Jay.
Okay, Jay.
Why would I pick Jonathan?
John Balnick.
Oh, no.
Michael or John?
Yeah, no. I took Jay.
Okay.
And Jay was fabulous. I mean, we had the best time. And what was really interesting is that once he met Jay, like, his whole attitude towards me, like, totally changed, and we had a great time. Got fucked up out of our gourd. So we went to Martini's.
Uh-huh.
So I was at Martini's, like, 3 times last week.
Good God.
Okay. Yeah. Each of us did like 6
They should pay to advertise on this show.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
6 martinis.
6 more.
Yeah. Each.
Girl.
Each. And then Jay wanted to try to drive a car to go.
Oh,
I'm like,
God.
oh no, I'm not losing my card for you.
See?
And then me and Jay ended up at number 1 Fifth Avenue.
Well, at least you didn't say the Eagle.
No, we did not. And then I ended up taking him to the airport at like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, because he had to go to Alaska.
Right, which was a whole other story. But
Right.
anyways.
I'm just saying.
So what I really got from my drive and everything, which I thought was very interesting, is, you know, I'm a very happy, and you know me, you've known me for years. I love being single. I mean, I really do love being single.
Yes.
I really do. And I've created a very single life.
Right.
For the most part. You know what I'm saying? But what I also really got, which I didn't really feel until this past week, is that I'm really ready for a boyfriend.
Correct.
Like, I've never...
I have known that for
See,
a while.
Yeah.
And
If you would have asked me 3 weeks ago, I would have been like, no.
No. Do you want to know what? Because when I met you, you were in a relationship.
Right. And it was great.
And the thing is you're still Ophelia.
Right.
In a relationship.
Right.
But you are very grounded.
Right.
And so, fuck all y'all that say that nasty stuff about you. That's very mean.
Yeah. So it's very. So now I'm. So
you are not just a drag queen. I just want to point that out.
I'm still just a drag queen. Still just a drag. I could have done it just a drag queen.
It was the age thing.
It was
and the
still
drag.
Just those 2 words together. Just
See, to me, that's like Guinness Book of World Records shit right there. Yes, I'm still just a drag queen. Check.
But you know, I've had a show for 18 years.
Right?
Okay?
Do you know how much money I've raised for charity?
Yeah. Yeah. None of that came to mind. None of that came to mind. Yeah.
Just saying.
So yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna look for a boyfriend now. I'm on a boyfriend hunt.
I'll put you on gay.com. We'll find you one.
I've been on date. Yeah.
Okay, Scruff. Apparently Scruff's the new dating thing.
But you know, there's also other things which I also really got. I mean, this has been a very reflective
couple of weeks.
Yeah, week. What I also really got is that I need to get over the whole people talking shit. You know, because, and we've talked about this before. We've talked about it many, many times. I am, you know, like, as Ophelia, say whatever the hell you want to say. Like, just, I don't fucking care.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you can say, well, that's not true, but there are a few things that I will, But my Ricky side is very...
Well, it's because Ricky is protective, and...
Well, Ophelia is protective of Ricky.
Yes, that's what I mean. Ophelia is protective of Ricky. And Ophelia is very much a shield.
Yeah.
And... Hey, we've been doing this show for how long now? I'll go to 3 years. The one thing that I know is that if they're not talking about us, good or bad, then we're doing something wrong.
Right.
And when they're talking bad about us, I know we're doing something right.
Right.
So
I agree with that.
Having said that, we need to take a break. We'll be right back to talk
Nicholas
a little
is
bit.
over there just like...
Yes, he is. Shaming things. So we'll be right back to talk very quickly. Bye. We're back. Okay, so we're going to close this out really quickly.
With my list of what I want from my boyfriends. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, we can talk about that.
Okay,
but I want to talk about the thing.
I have a question on boyfriends.
Okay.
Real quick, just your opinion. If you met someone, which I think we've kind of touched on before, a little bit, but it was a whole, would you move to Lakeside kind of thing. If you met someone and you, fell in love and, you know what I'm saying, how long would it be before, or would you ever think about uprooting and moving for them?
Well...
Or would you just want to find someone here?
I've been struggling with that a lot lately because the thing is that I moved to San Diego for someone. And we all know that didn't work out.
Clearly it did not.
So...
Because here you are with me.
I would not be here without that person. And I thank him for that. Chris Stavros, Baby Cakes. Hello.
And Baby Cakes on the Park, by the way, is
fabulous. I will tell you that.
I've been there 3 times.
Yes,
I love it there. Love it!
I do.
Go ahead.
And I love their new little mobile too. But I will say that I would not. I would not.
You would say here?
I would not uproot myself to go to be with someone. I have grounded myself in what I am doing and I love to do, and this show and all of my community work and my job and everything that I do is here. So if somebody wanted to uproot themselves and move here for me, all about it. I would not do it for them. I did that. I uprooted my entire life after living 8 years in LA to move to London.
Well, I would move anywhere from LA, but I'm just...
Well, I loved
I know,
LA.
that you said that. I
loved LA.
there.
And I moved to London and, almost killed myself.
Right.
So...
All right.
I will not ever do that again. Ever.
Yeah.
Not even for a man. No man. Well, okay, I take that back. For Eliad Cohen, I probably would move to Jerusalem. I'm just letting you know that right now. Moving on. Can we please, for 3 minutes, talk about Big Brother? For 3 minutes.
Okay. Do you know who I think summed the show up the best so far? Is Janelle.
Thank you. Thank you!
Janelle, and her little last statement that she made, was it last night it was on?
Yes,
last night it was
last
on.
night.
About that they've played 3 weeks of Big Brother in 1 week is an understatement. And, okay, first off, I'm loving this season.
Yes.
So far to me, this has been the best season
it's
ever.
cray.
By far, by far. What I'm afraid of, though, is this. What I'm afraid of is that everyone is so gung-ho, and I'm saying everyone, including the coaches, except for Janelle. She's the only one that's kind of calmed down. But everyone else is doing these big play things right now.
Because they think it's all strategy.
Right. And I'm thinking that there's going to be a few very crazy weeks where everyone is going to play, and then all of the sleepers are going to be able to post through. So I think if the sleepers are smart for the first time ever, if the sleepers
well,
just
with the exception of Dan. because Dan was kind of a sleeper in his season.
Kinda.
He was for like the first half, and then
Right.
he was fierce.
So I think if all of the sleepers sleep,
Yep.
all of the strong players are going to kill themselves,
Ashley.
and then the sleepers actually may have a chance of actually winning the game.
So who's your favorite player?
I haven't decided yet.
Do you think the coaches are going to become players?
No.
You don't.
No. Do you?
I do.
I
actually.
don't. I don't, and I'll tell you why.
I'm thinking of numbers.
No,
and that's the only reason why.
No. I thought about that too, but no, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because they tried to sue Big Brother, or the Glass House.
The Glass House did, yes.
I think that if you have another season like they did last year in the All-Stars, where you start bringing people back for another chance to win, because all of those people have the chance to win, then it's gonna piss people off. So you're gonna lose
audience.
You're gonna lose audience, and then they can't afford that.
Makes
so
sense.
for that reason, I say no. What I do think that will happen is the coaches are gonna have more of a say as it increases on what happens.
Got it.
Maybe not to win. I don't think, because I think that they've already said the coaches have a chance. The winning coach will get $100,000. The winner is going to get another amount. So
See?
they clearly have said these are the things. That's where Brittany is fucking up, is that she's thinking that way. It ain't going to happen that way.
See, I'm thinking that what's going to happen is they're going to bring it down to 2 coaches. As the show goes and it gets down to 2 coaches and their players, those coaches are going to become players.
I don't think they will.
I think you might be right, but if it happens, I cannot tell you how much I want Janelle to win.
That's what everyone's saying.
I can't tell you how much I want her to win.
It's another reason I don't think it's going to happen. I think that to bring back the coaches, they already had a chance.
Right.
Do All-Stars, do whatever they do. If they bring them back,
Boogie doesn't need any more money.
No. But what will happen is that they will lose people that want to be a part of the show, because they're going to be like, why would I even join? Why would I try out if they're going to bring back other people to win?
They better never do it again.
Yeah. I don't think that will happen. I really don't think they're going to bring it back. I could be wrong because I don't know. But, because I also said, we texted the other night, and I said, I'm not reading no blogs.
Right. You are not, and I am trying not to.
No.
And I can't.
I deleted.
Stop.
I deleted.
I have to.
No. I deleted. I refuse this season to read. And when I go on my Twitter, if I read it,
I will tell you, though, that as we talk about the floaters, my 2 favorite floaters are Ian and Will.
Will, I think, unfortunately, he has a target, and I don't know why. Okay, I'm all about Ian. I am loving.
He is the cutest.
I am totally loving Ian. I'm totally. And their little swap date they went on. Oh my God, I'm totally loving it.
Ashley.
Yeah.
And Ashley.
Who do you think's gonna go this week? Let's do our weekly predictions, because we do this on Thursday.
Who do we think is going to go this week? Well, so we know Shane has the veto.
He already used it.
Correct. Well,
Right.
he used it on himself.
Right.
So we have Danielle and JoJo on the block.
Right.
So I honestly think that Danielle is gone.
I think so too.
Jan will be gone.
Right.
So we're down to 3 coaches.
I also think that JoJo should go.
Well, for sure. She's kind of annoying.
She's going to be gone soon, but
Right.
I think that you might be right.
But Chef.
Well, I don't know. No. I'm going to go on a limb. I'm going to totally go on a limb.
Uh-oh.
I am. Totally going on a limb. Because Janelle, because when you think about it on a strategy thing, Janelle threw Brittany under the bus. Under the bus.
On purpose.
Yes. For having an alliance.
On purpose.
Threw her under the bus. So I think that JoJo may be out. I'm going to go JoJo.
Okay. So JoJo, Danielle.
We'll find out next week.
We shall see. We'll be able to wrap that up. This has been super fun. I'm so glad to see you. We'll be back next week at Extreme Pizza. We love Extreme Pizza.
In La Jolla.
In La Jolla, even.
Oh,
You're going to be in drag in La Jolla.
Well, it does. The first time.
We're going to the Seals.
Guess who's going to be bringing my Birkin out?
I'm just saying. Because We have had fun in La Jolla.
Yeah, we have had. That's where all the snotty girls, they're all carrying their coach, and I went in with my little Birkin.
And apparently Kevin is hot.
Well, Kevin better, like, I don't know what I'm going to wear next week. Something short.
Something short, yes. All right, everybody, we're going to see you next week.
Is he single? He might be my next boyfriend. I'm looking for a boyfriend.
To take to memorials.
Yeah.
All right, we love you. We'll see you next week.
Bye.